Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2897 of What's You Up To Now. Today we're talking about, of course, the life framework that we mentioned and I briefly covered yesterday. Today we're looking at it and we are rating on a scale of 1 to 10 each of the different life framework areas. I always set up my handy dandy challenge notebook and prepare it to do whatever today's action item is. Sometimes I forget, but most of the time I remember. And so I just write down the name of each category and then I think, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do I think? How do I feel? How are my results looking in this area and aspect of my life? So if it's physical, am I eating right? How about my weight? How about my energy? How about my hydration? How about my supplementation and vitamins and things? I consider all of it and throw it all in a pile and rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. So for example, here's the beginning of last year, and I do this twice a year, the beginning of each year and the end of each year, to look at and compare and see how well we're doing. So this is last year's ratings. And you can see I do not rate myself very highly and favorably sometimes, depending on, and remember, we're going to have rater bias for ourselves, just like in everything else. But if we look at it at the beginning of the year and then we look at it at the end of the year, we can see where we've grown and maybe where we've slipped a little because we didn't prioritize something. I use it to help me set priorities for next year as well. So I also talked about the life chart or whatever you call it. I don't know what you call it. It's just a pie chart with 0 to or 1 to 10 being how big your pie is in that area and aspect. And one year, I think it's probably last year, I made one for me to show where I was on this. I like it because it's very visual. I can create this and I can hang it on my wall if I want to, and I can look at it and I can ask myself on any given day, depending on what pops up, well, geez, what are my finances feeling like today? And I can look and I can see where I was a while ago. And if they're improving, I feel good about it. If they're not, I know I need to take some action to change that. So streamlining this year, I'm super excited about it, right? It's so easy to make things, it's hard to make things simple, but once we simplify them and we streamline our processes and our systems, everything feels so much better. Everything flows so much better. So today, I'm looking at that as part of a 6-month challenge that I'm involved in. I'm talking about, and I love that all of the things I was talking about last year have morphed into just a couple of things because of some actions I took at the end of last year. Number one, I decided I was going to do Supersize as our personal challenge, Supersize You annual challenge, and our Supersize Your Business challenge. And I haven't really done it as a challenge in Supersize Your Business, so it's kind of a big experiment this year. But basically, we're doing one little thing every day to grow our business, to supersize our business. And it's super easy, right? If we do one simple little thing every day, we make a habit out of certain things that we know move the needle to where we want it to be. So we go from where we are to where we want to be. And we do it over and over again, we can determine and be very confident in the results we're going to get. Now, I've played with this, a couple of different tools that I share for decades, and I'm only sharing the ones that I know work for me. Now, there's a lot of other tools and tips and strategies and techniques and things I could share, but if I haven't gotten it to work for me yet, I might mention it, but I'm going to say, go out, research it, do it on your own, and then report back how it worked for you, because this is what happened to me. Because we're all different, right? What works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for me. And we need to be okay with that, because that's what makes the world a better place, is that we all get to be ourselves, and we all get to create what it is that we want in our lives, not what other people want for us. That was a big aha moment for me, by the way, when I realized that. So simplification is what I'm working on this year. It's part of why I selected to move everything to the Skool platform, Skool. I've got a group on there that I just literally, they said, just start. And so I just started, so that we're just forming and determining what that community is going to be all about. But I will tell you from the get-go, it just feels so much better to do things on that platform than it does to do it on any other platform that I've ever interacted with. I've got thousands of people in my Facebook groups and Facebook pages, yet almost no engagement. And that's because they were all set up by me, for whatever I was working on at the time. And Other people joined, but there wasn't really a good way to message and communicate and build an actual community within those and other structures. And I'm not just picking on Facebook. LinkedIn's the same way. So are all of the networks, as far as I'm concerned, unless you're just building an influencer thing on TikTok or Instagram or something. And then the depth of that is pretty shallow, right? And so I'm rambling, but I love the Skool platform. I am still accepting founding members on the Skool platform. On Supersize Your Business is where I started. I'm trying to put everything under the same umbrella there. If you want to be a free founding member, which means you're free for life, just put member in the comments below and I will send you the invite. And I'm going to commit to this right now and say my intention. I commit to starting to invite people to the community today. All right. If I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.